Good afternoon, my name is Daniel Croy, and this is my 2015 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sahara Edition. In my previous video, I gave a little snapshot into this car, but today I'm going to go over the whole thing, including the build, the history of this car, and my future plans for this and the channel. Let's start with the history. I got this car 3 years ago, but have only been driving it for just over 2 years. When we got the car, there was an issue with the roof leaking, and the dealership was very difficult about getting that fixed, even though we had a warranty. They just took a really long time, so the car was out for like 6 months. The previous owner had already done some modifications to the car, some of which I loved, some of which not so much. We'll get into those. We'll start from the front. These grill inserts, yeah, previous owner. I don't like them. I thought about getting rid of them, but I haven't yet because, well, I'll get into that later in the video. The next noticeable mod on this car are these wheels. When I first got the car, I really liked the wheel and tire setup. It's an 18-inch rim with 32-inch tires, and I felt like it suited the car really well. However, after I got the lift, this didn't sit right with me. Something else some of you probably already have noticed is these are street tires, not all terrains. Yeah, they're not the greatest, and they're running low on tread. However, my spare is a BF Goodrich KO2. Now towards the back of the car, the previous owner had installed these taillight guards. I actually really like the way these look and the protection that it offers. However, they're beginning to fade a lot and there's some rust starting on them. Alongside of that, the rubber spacers are cracking and are gonna fall off anytime now. So I'm gonna have to get new ones. Now on the inside of the car lies my favorite mod, this aftermarket head unit. I use it every day, obviously, and without Bluetooth or Android Auto, the ride wouldn't be nearly as enjoyable. I mean, that would be like no music, no nothing. Now on to what I've done with the car. The first mod I did to this car was replace the headlights. The stock halogens, as any Miata driver or Jeep owner knows, are really bad. You can't see anything in the road driving at night. They just are really bad. So I went ahead and picked up these Raxium LEDs, which have a much better throw and are a lot brighter at night. Continuing with some of the lighting mods I did, I added this Raxium 15-inch light bar, if I remember correctly. This paired with the Raxium pod lights really help light up the trail at night. Last thing up front is this barricade front bumper. As far as mods go, this is probably the most cookie cutter piece. I mean, every Jeep owns this bumper, like almost every single one. One really small detail are these smoked side markers. Originally I thought these were also turn signals. Apparently they're not, so yeah, but I bought them anyways. Now onto the sides. We have my Rhino side steps. I bought these because I knew I wanted a lowered step because eventually I was gonna lift it and, well, I'm a short dude. On the back end of the car, I have two mods. The cookie cutter barricade rear bumper and the barricade tire mount. I purchased this mount as my second mod actually because the previous one had cracked. This tire was getting really wiggly and I did not like that. Now onto the suspension. I went with a 3.5-inch J-Control lift with the J-Spec shocks. It also came with a steering stabilizer and front quick disconnects. I went with this lift because, frankly put, it was the best bang for my buck and it was under 4 inches. The reason it had to be under 4 inches for me is because I'm broke and I didn't want to have to buy a new drive shaft to accommodate a 4-inch and above lift. Another thing you might not have noticed are the wheel spacers. This tiny little detail was mostly for aesthetics. I really like a bulldog stance, especially on Jeeps. And also for the added benefit of just stability while on the trail, a wider stance, more control. You get the point. Before I move on to the interior, I want to talk about the engine and exhaust components that I have done for this car. Starting is this Flowmaster axle back exhaust. I went with the Flowmaster because I was too broke to afford the Corsa catback. I really wanted the Corsa catback, but I'm in high school and I make no money. Well, I have a job, but I make very little money. So that's what I could afford. That's what I got. Now the engine bay. Now looking at it, you're like, dang, he only has an air intake. And you'd be right. That's all I have, the Spectre air intake. The reason I went with this air intake was, well, another pretty simple explanation. I live in Southern California. This was the cheapest carb-approved air intake I could afford. That came with the oiled filter. Yeah. Now the inside. I've touched nothing other than this little switch. That's it. I had to cut that out for my light bar and pods, but other than that, the interior is completely stock from what I've done. Unless you want to count that fire extinguisher, but I don't know. Before I cover the plans for the car, I want to cover the channel. I want this channel to solely focus on automotive content, and while other hobbies may be highlighted in some smaller videos, I really want to focus my attention to cars. I also want to finish the Jeep build on this channel, but know that progress will be very slow as I'm going to university full-time soon here. And I'll also want to get my hands on a manual project car because I don't own a manual, and I want to learn to drive one and work on one. I have a few in mind, but I don't have necessarily like it needs to be this, because I just need to find the right price. So no promises on a specific car. I want to try and post at least one video a month. Ideally it would be 2, but like I said before, the timing, and I'm gonna end up being pretty busy here with some school and trips and stuff like that coming up, which I will be covering slightly, just on one of the trips though specifically. Yeah, that's about it for now. Back to the car. I have a lot of plans for this car. Some are probably unachievable and some are fairly realistic. So for the sake of the video, I'll only cover the realistic ones. The first thing and the next thing I'm going to do with this car, tires. I'm getting rid of these. 32 inches, it's not enough. I'm going up to 37s. So that'll probably bring me up out to like, I don't know, like that much more, maybe? Who knows? I just want to fill this in more, and also that'll give me a little more clearance and give me more room, more sidewall to air down with. With the change in tire size, I'm also going to upgrade my gearing. I'm going to go with 4.88. Most likely, I might do 5.19, or is it 18? One of those. Yeah. Other than that, like I said earlier, I'm going to get rid of these things. They're ugly. I don't like them. Instead, I'm just going to mesh it. Gonna look nice and clean, and yeah, I want to start off-roading more, so protecting my car is gonna be a big priority for me. So to do that, we're gonna do a front skid plate and a complete underside skid plate. Because I'm adding all this weight, I need to be able to stop better. Already, I can tell my brakes are getting a little weaker for the car's weight, so we're definitely gonna add some brakes for the car. Either a big brake kit or just sport brakes, like sport pads and rotors. Along with the stopping capabilities, I want some going capabilities. As you know, the 285 horsepower this car comes with is low as it is, and it's been, well, 10 years now? It's 2025, so this car's horsepower has dropped some. 0 to 60, eventually. 0 to 100, almost never. So, how do I plan on doing this? Well, there's a couple things. Most of it's just airflow because, again, I'm broke. I'm not affording no engine swap or supercharger anytime soon. So what I want to do is I want to replace the resonator with the Aero resonator, and I want to buy the MagnaFlow Loop Delete. Hopefully to just free up a little more air, get a little more torque in there, and just enhance my driving experience as a whole, as well as my off-roading capability. After that, the next mod is going to be a winch. I'm looking for winches around 10,000 pound capacity with a synthetic rope because chains are dangerous, very dangerous. And after that, I'm eventually change these coilovers to Fox 2.0s. Continuing with weight, I really like carbon fiber and the way it looks. So, although it's going to be a little bit expensive, I really want to replace the hood and front grille with carbon fiber components just to lighten it up a bit. Well, it's getting dark. I'm getting hungry. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know anything I could do to help improve the videos and any ideas you might have for my beautiful little car. Thank you.